Say the word taiko, and many know that to be Japanese drum performances. Or how about sushi? Who doesn't know what that means? But would you know what Amezaiku is? Probably not. It's candy art, melted sugar, shaped into edible sculptures. Even in Japan, where it's been practiced for centuries, it's not at all common.
It's kind of rare art, even in Japan, because there are not so many artists in Japan. I never seen it myself in my hometown.
Honolulu residents Chika and Nathan Tanaka hope to change that, starting right here in Hawaii.
I'm making Amezaiku. It's traditional Japanese art.
They are candy artists.
We're working with hot sugar and we're shaping it into animals, and we have about 2 or 3 minutes to shape it before it actually hardens as it cools down.
It's their job to make people happy.
It's just a really fun art to do, and just seeing the reactions of all of the children as they get the candy.
Can I have a monkey?
It starts with very hot sugar, heated to 190 degrees Fahrenheit.
Like freshly cooked rice.
Add some color, work it into the taffy, then roll, snip, and pinch it into form. A paintbrush brings it to life. Hang it to cool for a few minutes before handing over a small piece of happiness. Delightful for kids and kids at heart.
I think it was so beautiful. I was looking at it and said, wow, how did they ever do it? It's so lovely.
These hands tell the story of how difficult this really is. To perfect their craft, it took hundreds of hours of practice and pain.
You're working with really, really hot candy, so it does burn your fingers. When we started, we had blisters and, first-degree burns, and you really only have 2 or 3 minutes to actually cut your animal into the shape that you want it before it hardens.
They have more than 30 shapes to offer. The Tanakas make this look so much easier than it really is. This is the first time I'm handling this kind of hot sugar, and it is so hot. The Tanakas say it took them several years to get to this level of skill.
I was living in Japan for, 6 years, and during that time I went to a festival and I saw artists making this, and I was just completely blown away by it.
The Tanakas are part of a shrinking group of candy artists. They believe there are only 3 Amezaiku makers in the US and only 20 to 30 in the world.
It's nostalgic feeling that he had when he saw this Amezaiku, and you don't get to see it so often, even if Japanese local.
It's hard work with long hours, so fewer people seem to be taking the time to learn the craft. The Tanakas savor the idea of keeping a dying tradition alive.
Completely special.
Here you go, Chika for you.
Thank you.
And it's just as sweet to introduce a new generation to the delights of Amezaiku.
It's the best.
With video journalist Tracy Arakaki, I'm Diane Ako in Honolulu.